It took more than an earlier 48-hour ultimatum issued by the Navy and the Lagos State government, but at last there is near total compliance as bridges around Apapa and Oshodi are free from usual sights of trucks. From the top of Ijora Bridge down to Marine Beach, the scenario is the same. Security officers are also stationed on the bridge to make sure that trailers and tankers drivers don't flout the order. In the past, hundreds of trucks were usually parked on the entire lanes along the Oshodi-Apapa Expressway up to Mile 2, Boundary, Otter Wharf and Ijora areas, thereby making routes inaccessible to other road users. Truck drivers, majority of who had no business being at the port, left the queues between 7 a.m. to 12 noon, where reports of the enforcement order reached them, thereby leaving few trucks who are scheduled to be at the ports on one lane. Commuters at the scene had this to say.
Formally, we are talking about whether we don't have government in this country. Because now we are allowed that the government, and the way the bridge is now, is very, very good. Before trailer don't allow everybody to pass on the way, even leg people. So it's unfortunate that we don't like the way the country is going on this time around. But as we see now, if they can continue doing this thing like this, in fact, we will be very, very happy. Nigeria will come back at its before.
When they said that the Navy, that they have given the Navy, they have mandated the Navy to evacuate all those trucks that line up on the bridges. So at a time, we thought it will not work. But all of a sudden, within some few days, we observed that all the trailers have been evacuated from the road. So you can see that there is free movement of vehicles and people along the Apapa Road.
The commander Nigerian Navy ship NNS Beecroft, Commodore Okun Ayo, supervised the enforcement from Ijora Bridge to Apapa Port. Ayo said the meeting was held with members of the Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, and the Western Naval Command of the Nigerian Navy, Apapa, to intimate them of the enforcement so that they would in turn inform their members and other truck drivers. However, while the bridges around Ijora are now free of the static weight of parked trucks and tankers, Stadium and Ujuelegba access of the bridge and part of the Eco Bridge can still be seen to be filled with trucks, trailers and tankers. Most of them have been parked there temporarily, pending when the truck parks, which are presently under construction, will be completed. Commuters are calling on the government to hasten the completion of the truck parks so that drivers have where to park their vehicles. These, they say, will reduce the numbers of accidents caused by trailers and will also ease the suffering of motorists.
Concerning the tankers, it's really posing a lot of should I say, transport threat, because on the bridges, we don't know the nature of the strength of the bridge. And sometimes, personally myself, I do fear that maybe the bridge might collapse or something like that. So I think the government should do the needful to get to clear the tankers off the bridges and off the roads, because the tankers have occupied most, areas of the space of the road, and it can pose transport threats like accidents and things like that.
They cause go slow. I'm from Ikorodu. I've been standing for bus stop for Agric for more than 2 hours before I get bus. And before we reach this place, it's from 11 o'clock. I reach this place now just after 1. It's not good at all.
In all, both motorists and commuters are indeed grateful to the government and Navy for the effort so far. However, their hope is that the government continue what they have started so that gridlock and sufferings never return.